trying to get clients online without learning marketing skills, it's like flailing in the deep end of the pool and hoping someone throws you a lifeline. Here's the thing, I know you're not lazy and I know you're not unmotivated, but you may be just in a little bit over your head without a life jacket. Hey there, if you don't know me yet, I'm Donna Gilbert, and if you do know me, welcome back. And if you've ever found yourself staring at the ceiling, stressing at 3 o'clock in the morning about how to promote your coaching or your healing services and feeling like you have to become some kind of huge influencer to get noticed, this video is for you. Because here's the thing, most of us didn't get into this work to become marketers. We got into this business to help people, to support healing, to guide transformation from who someone has been to who they actually are. But to do that, people need to be able to find us, and that means learning how to stand out online. I know that just sounds like crazy beans, because if in our day-to-day lives we're already unseen, unheard, and overlooked, how the heck do we expect to be visible in this fast scrolling world of social media? It just feels impossible, right? For more than 20 years, I tried to grow a coaching business, and it just never worked for me. But of course, after I finally shut everything down, the website, the hopes and the dreams, I lovingly call this my tower moment, if you're familiar with the tarot. And of course, that's when the answer finally came to me. And what was the answer? It wasn't another just push me into the deep end strategy shouting, swim, swim. It was more like, hey, here's a floaty. Let's start in the shallow end and just try dipping your toes in first. It was such a difference. Let me know in the comments if this swimming metaphor hits home for you, because for me, it just fits. You wouldn't toss a toddler into a swimming pool and yell, figure it out, swim. I mean, okay, my father did this to me and it's not recommended, and it definitely was not effective. So instead, what do you do with a toddler? You start with the basics, right? You teach them just to feel comfortable in the water, to splash around when they feel safe and protected. You teach them how to float, how to breathe, and how to move through the water without feeling panic. But when it comes to marketing, especially it seems for us coaches and healers, we tend to do the opposite. We buy the domain, we build the website, we create the course, and then we pause and we think, now what? Now what do I do with this? How do people find me? And so we scramble. We start the Instagram account, we launch a YouTube channel, and we dabble with TikTok. Maybe we try doing a little dance and we feel so awkward and gross doing it. But we start posting everywhere. And then suddenly it's like we're treading water, we're getting exhausted, we're unsure of ourselves, we're getting nowhere. We're doing all of the things we've seen other people do without really knowing how or why they work. Now, maybe you've heard this advice before. Just show up consistently, be authentic, and the clients will find you. It sounds nice, but here's the truth. If you freeze every time you open your camera app, or if being authentic for you means connecting quietly with one person at a time instead of broadcasting your life to the internet through this little bitty hole right there, trying to make a connection, if that advice feels more like someone's pushing you off the diving board with no life jacket, the truth is being seen online is not a one-size-fits-all skill. Some people just cannonball into the spotlight, and other people like us, we need time. We need to feel safe. We need to have that practice repetition. And that doesn't mean that you're not cut out for this. It just means you might need swimming lessons. So what if, now stay with me here, what if for your first 90 days of marketing, you didn't even put your face out there? Now I'm going to encourage you to get on camera, but what if you started putting your toes into the water by going faceless? What if you could use done-for-you content that will help you find your own voice? If you practice writing captions without worrying about the algorithms? And what if you attract people with your quiet presence and not the show-offy, shouty tactics. And that's what the Legacy Builders program offers. For me, it was like learning marketing with my big floaties on. It was gentle, it's supportive, and it's non-judgmental. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to be influencer material. Good thing for that one. I just needed a place to start, a place where I didn't feel like I was constantly drowning. Inside the Legacy Builders, you're going to find a done-for-you business system. I didn't have to recreate a website. They gave it to me. You'll find tools and templates to help you show up without even being on camera first. We have a whole section on faceless marketing, so you don't even have to be on camera to start. But again, go on camera. And then one of my favorite things is the community. It's a community that will support you while you grow. We don't expect you to have it all figured out because we're still learning too. And you know all of those fully booked, confident coaches that I talked about earlier? They didn't start where they currently are. They had to practice, they had to develop some skills, and maybe they even started in the shallow end like you need to. All right, so what are you thinking? Are you ready to get into the water? Maybe you're standing on the edge of the pool and you're wondering if you even belong in the water. Have you ever thought about that? Do I even belong in this pool? Here's a spoiler alert. You do. You may not be ready to swim laps or dive from the high board, but that doesn't mean that you can't float. It doesn't mean that you can't doggy paddle. It doesn't mean that you can't hold your nose and go underwater. So start by dipping in your toes and then grab a kickboard. Try the shallow end first, and then eventually you'll venture into the deep end, fully supported, fully safe. Because there are so many ways to grow confident in the water, just like there are so many ways to grow confident showing up on social media. And the first thing you can do is start by using tools that someone used when they were where you are at. And one day you will feel ready to show your face, and you'll press record even if you know that your voice is shaking, and you'll stop wondering if you'll ever get the hang of this marketing thing. Because the answer to that one is you will, but there will always be questions, always opportunities for growth. Because as you take each step or each stroke in the pool, you'll realize you're already doing it. So if you've been circling around the pool deck, waiting for the perfect moment to jump in or step into the water, Legacy Builders might be the lessons that you didn't know that you needed. It's not flashy. It's not like a Shark Tank where people clawing. It's a safe space to learn how to market your services in a way that feels like you. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you'll do it in a way that feels safe and good for you. If you really feel called to have a coaching or a healing business, these are the skills that are going to take you from the shallow end of the pool to the open water of the sea. I've dropped a link in the description where you can learn more and decide if you're ready to dip your toes in. And if you're wondering if learning social media marketing skills is even worth the effort, check out this video next. I'll show you how these skills not only help grow your business, but they can also make a real difference in your workplace, in your family, and in your community.